stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her God bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown, a grand adventure like no other we've known.
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. What's going on this morning? What is the first thing we do? We check to see if our microphone is on. Yes, our microphone is on this morning. I'm doing so good, says me. And I don't give a crap what anybody else says. I turned on my microphone, so I win. I'm a winner. Okay, I feel better now. My microphone's on. Yes. Or I think it is. I mean, you guys will let me know. That's for sure. It's like Kelly. Oh no. Kelly's got a microphone off again. She thinks it's on this time. At least she checked. At least she checked. Let's see. Oh, good morning. I don't even know what day it is today. What is today? I don't know. I'm on a mini vacation. I'm in a cabin in the middle of the woods. And I'm loving it. It's snowing, or it was not snowing. There's a bunch of snow all over the ground. And I'm assuming it's on my truck. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I'm going to stay in and be nice and warm. So what are you guys up to this morning? Doing your healing thing? Oh, I've got some good news for you guys. I've got some good news. Did a lot of research on healing trends. Let me check on puppy. Oh, it's just lying down. Healing trends, just everything to do with healing and what is changing in healing. I've seen churches fall, congregations not come back. So whatever healing was called there, in my opinion, I was thinking it was more like a coping mechanism. Coping mechanisms, get with other people who are also in the cults. The methods that I saw being used in the churches were cult-like methods. Where in a cult, they find you at your worst. Sounds kind of like church. Come on. So we are here for healing in a different way. We're going to look at it differently. And at the end of the day, the cool thing, I mean, it's cool for me, and it's going to be awesome for you, is that the God bubble way of doing it is more aligned with how things are changing. This performance-based healing, people are not finding that they're getting any healing out of it. So let's dive in. Let's do a deep dive on healing, and let's see where we go. So this is spiritually trending. Spiritually trending. February 2026. Let's see what's happening. Let's see. Energy protection went mainstream, but translated into boundaries. Energy protection. So we're translating it into boundaries. And that feels like a better next step to me. It's my opinion. It's no longer framed as crystals only. It's being talked about as a digital overstimulation. You guys, this is going to get really interesting. Stick around. Share this. Digital overstimulation, emotional depletion, boundary discipline. Hold on, I don't know what my puppy's doing. Are you okay, puppy? I think she's trying to get comfortable. Let's see. And boundary discipline with rituals layered on top for meaning. So we're becoming a lot clearer in our way of healing. See, nervous system. Oh my God. I'm drinking tea, not coffee. Hold on. Tea just doesn't do it for me like coffee does. Okay, here we go. Nervous system spirituality is replacing positive vibes, manifesting. Well, what is that? And I'm not saying this is an end all, but you guys, this looks a whole lot better than what's been going on, all this pushing and pulling stuff that you've probably found out on your own is just simply not working. It's exhausting. And that's kind of what I've been saying over and over and over. And hopefully some of you have already done a switch before it became trending or popular. So this is not at all, again, an end all. But if we're going up to a next step, this is a pretty cool next step. As far as letting go of spiritual practices that aren't working, the draining us of our energy. Yeah. So we're a language, as far as spirituality goes, it's shifting towards regulation, somatics, micro actions, identity. Again, not the God bubble perspective, but we're looking into where we're going as far as the mainstream goes. And to see how, if you've been doing the God bubble system, the God bubble manifestation system, you can see that these things already don't work. But for the average population, this is going to be a huge improvement. And grounded manifestation. Now, we'll talk about the God bubble perspective in a minute, but let's just look at what is going on. What are people finding out? Because things change over time. Things change over time in the way of healing as far as religion goes. Definitely not working. The New Age, it's not working. It's not working. So this is a healing slowly method. See, what was promoted, or what I saw promoted at the beginning, was let's heal fast. Let's get better faster. And for that, I saw so much pushing and pulling and performative stuff where you would get a quick result, but it wasn't healing at all. It was just a result. And that was it. So through these methods, things are getting better, but they're not getting better just overnight. We're finally respecting the pace of the nervous system. we're allowing the nervous system basically to heal itself. And that's really hard to do with pushing and pulling. So we've got a backlash against over optimization, pleasure plus joy. They're back. They're back. Lots of joy in this. Hey, Michelle. Michelle, I hope you find this interesting. I'm really excited talking about the healing has changed. The healing has changed. As far as mainstream, still not God bubble. And, but it doesn't look like I'm going to do as much steering, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, I'm doing this thing, Kelly, and I'm pushing and pulling with all my might. And then let's look at the God bubble, letting go and allowing. That's a little tougher than some of these. What are these little changes that I can make? These little subtle changes that are going to make an overall difference. So, and some of them might be pushing and pulling, but a ton of them look like letting go and allowing. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I mean, what is the average public non-player character? But maybe the non-player characters will start acting better. So, yeah, there was a huge backlash against the over-optimization. So, pleasure and joy are back. Yeah. The religions, I saw there was a whole lot of suffering. And when I grew up in the Baptist church, the longer you were married and the more unhappy you were, that was like exalted. Oh, despite them not liking each other for the last 65 years, these two have been married 70 years. Oh my God. Like that was lifted up and put on a pedestal. To get married and to suffer. It's better to suffer in an unhappy marriage than it is to be divorced. Was promoted. So these unobtainium type standards are just ridiculous. So Michelle, this is so freaking awesome because it gives people who are not like really into to all this stuff a chance to heal. Oh my gosh. So forecasts for 2026 explicitly call for a backlash to optimization and a return to pleasure and joy as legitimate wellness. Isn't that cool? That sounds more reasonable. It does. Still not the God bubble, but it's better. You guys, what is being pushed in mainstream is going to get better. It's still not going to get you there, but it's going to feel so much better. You're not going to have to work so hard. So healing is starting to look enjoyable again. Mainstream stuff. Mainstream is starting to look enjoyable instead of ridiculous. So rituals and nature and community. This keeps growing. Now again, ritual, when you get into a ritual, you get stuck. But I'd rather be stuck in a ritual that felt better. This is my opinion. It's my opinion alert. So we got a ritual and nature and community. There's an uptick. So to me, again, it's not the God bubble system. But man, it's letting go of so much pushing and pulling. Can't you already feel the relief? So there's not going to be this type of spiritual pressure now to push and pull so much. You're still going to be stuck in the matrix, but you're going to have a chance now. How stressful that was. Wasn't that stressful? Like you're doing it wrong. And Kelly was the only one saying something the opposite of everybody else. You know, and I was in conflict with everything. Now I'm just slightly off beat. Maybe I'll be more palatable to people. So less performative, more of a lived experience. He said, let's get together and perform our rituals together. See, wellness, spiritual travel, and experiences are leaning into saunas, starbathing, I think is what they call it. Nature-based rituals. So if you're going to have a ritual, oh my gosh, you know, so fill my body up with my light, kumbaya, Like, let's go hug trees or something. Oh my gosh. What a cool thing to hug a tree. And social wellness. Stuff that feels human and embodied. You know, this corporate get together, this is what they call it, corporate meetings. Uh wait a minute. Whoa. I just boom. I just had an epiphany. Okay. So meet together in a corporal kind of way. But then you're told what to do. You're told what to do, and you're dictated what to do. So you're given a book, and you read the book, and you go, "Well, that was interesting." And then you go to church, and you listen to the preacher, and it's like, "What book is he reading out of?" I mean, he referenced like a sentence in this book that I was given, but it doesn't make any sense. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about it? Isn't that cool, Michelle? Oh my God. Like this is the coolest thing ever. And doing this research, again, it's not like it went into the God bubble way of doing things, which would be great. Letting go, allowing, and healing. But this is the matrix. Make it easier. This is what I see. Remember when we talked about the 80 years, 20 chunks at a time, that kind of like follow the seasons, if you will. And you got the golden age that's around this time, if we're not already in it, we're days away or just weeks or months from officially being in this 20-year golden age in the matrix. Yes, it is in the matrix, but you're going to feel some relief. You're going to feel a huge amount of relief. And if you do the God bubble manifestation system, the letting go, allowing, and healing, it's going to be easier this next 20 years. And that's probably why the push-pull white light religions are getting easier as well. Because when we get into the golden age, I don't think anybody that's in the push-pull white light system of deception is going to keep pushing and pulling. They're going to be like, this is ridiculous. Everything else is easier for me. Why do I have to work? Why do I have to buy like 51 and crystals and then break that last one in half? Like, why do I have to do this and bless everything in the moonlight and get all these candles and all this twine and do these rituals, and when it's all about feelings and emotions, and these are just ways to get you to feelings and emotions that manifest your world. So this seems kind of like a kinder, gentler kind of like we're not taking our wands and going and zapping everybody to get something done. We're putting our wands away and we're setting boundaries and stuff. Oh, isn't that cool? Michelle looks sun gazing. Yes, sun gazing. I do that all the time. Maybe not the last week. Been kind of a rough sun gazing week with all the snow and everything. But yeah, let's look at what else is changing. What else is trending? Let's see. Things are getting better. This is an idea that I saw that it was happening, and I was frustrated with it because I had a timeline and I was trying to push and pull. Things are getting better, and since it's the beginning of the golden age, coming out of shit and going through the shower, oh, I'm washing all the shit off. Oh, this feels amazing. It's going to take a little while to go like, wait, I'm not covered in shit anymore. Wait, I can do other things besides just try to get out of the shit. I guess I'm clean. I smell good. I took an anti-shit shower. I smell amazing. And things, they look better, but I don't know. I've been shitting a long time. I don't know about this. So yeah, everything is getting better. There are scary things that are happening, and some people are feeling like their lives are coming to an end. That's quite normal right now, because what is coming to the surface? It's like, oh, this thing again. Yeah, here's your opportunity to truly let go now. Isn't that awesome? Because all of this past stuff is coming up in a current situation. It's time. It's time now. Are some of you tired? I was so understandable, just exhausted from the last 20 years of a shit show. Fucking 20-year shit show. More like a 60-year shit show. I'm 56. I guess I was born in this shit. I was born in this shit. So I'm going through this with you guys. And it is that boundary setting. We've been talking about that for so long. That boundary setting, not as an end all. But let's take that next step. Let's start letting go of more stuff. So when we rise up not only to the next step, but the step after that, step after that, step after that. Oh, Michelle, I can't. Do you even have words for how tired you feel? It's like my soul is tired. I don't know how to describe this. It's like some days I'm like, I can do this, I can do anything. And then the human resonance goes whack. It's like, you're funny, Kelly. You are a comedian and didn't even know it. Running around like everything's great. It's like, what happened? In my opinion about myself, this slowly getting better thing, I was wanting to get all the way better and I wasn't. So there was some healing, but some pushing and pulling. And if you push and pull, you crash. And that's exactly what I did. Gosh, that's exactly what I did. It's like, I want to feel better now. Am I the only one, you guys? I want to feel better right now. I want it all to be gone right now. All this crazy shit going on and all over here and this shit over there and that over there. And then I turn on and it's there. I want it to be gone. Oh, so what I was saying, want. Oh, that's a good thing. I'm not need. I'm in want. I want it to get better. I needed to get better. You know what? That's an improvement I didn't even notice. I improved from I need everything to get better to I want it to get better. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that as an improvement. You know what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. Go me. Team Kelly. Go be. I mean, it's still all Matrix stuff. But as soon as I let go of this shit, I'm out of the Matrix. Oh, yes, exactly. Happy. I'm not the only one, Michelle. Oh, God. I mean, I'm on this freaking roller coaster ride right now in this getting better process. It's not the same as if someone is unalived, and you'll have good days and then days that are not so good and then better days, that kind of roller coaster. Oh no, it's a different roller coaster. This isn't recovering from something. This is like the good stuff is here, and I want all of it, and I want it now. Oh, give me some good stuff. Give me some golden age. Give me some golden age. Give me some golden age. I've never had it. 56 years old. I was almost there. I was almost there. I was with people who went through the golden stuff. They had this awesome attitude about life. They had money, and everything was growing and prospering, and everybody's happy, partying, and man, those boomers loved to party, didn't they? All we think of now is, how mean they are. But they could throw some freaking parties, that's for sure. Where we had to go in the basement. Would anybody attend a party like that when you were a kid? You had to be like quiet in the basement and pretend like you didn't exist while they had their parties. Now my parents were older and they didn't have the parties and all that. This was when we went visiting relatives. The relatives had parties. Holy crap. Oh, it is getting better. It's getting better, but in my case, and it might be yours as well, because my expectations are, hey, we're in the golden age. This got to be fixed right now. There's some shenanigans going on. A little cray. Every time I turn around, there's some crazy shit that someone is saying something as if it's true. And it's just, I think, just to make me crazy. Oh, it is going to get better. It's getting better slowly, though. So if we change our expectations to, puppy, what's going on? Puppy, She's just sitting here rolling and rolling around. Poor thing. Do you want some mommy hugs? What's going on? Oh, hey, do you want your beef broth? Oh, that's what she wants. She's sitting there like, seriously, Mom, when are you going to give me my beef broth? I'm sorry, you guys. Let me give her her beef broth real quick. Oh, puppy, I'm so sorry. I didn't give you your beef broth this morning. Oh, no. I know, poor puppy. There you go. There's your beef broth. Woo, beef broth and CBD. There. Beef broth and CBD. Oh, right. Sorry about that. Took care of puppy. Yeah, Michelle, tired. I'm tired and happy. Yes, me too. Yes, to be gone now. Yes. It's like, get this over with. I don't want to deal with this anymore. No. It changed instantly. And then what I find is I'm fighting a system that's going away. And so I'm staying stuck in fight mode. I find, just me personally, I find a lot of anger and fight from feeling like I was having to do it all the time. So I get into situations which start to look like they're getting better. And then if I see a little something that's not quite right, I fight it. It's probably Sagittarius. It's like, no, that's just Kelly. But that's what I'm finding I'm doing to kind of sabotage this golden age coming in. I gave you guys some really good advice the other day on how, things are going to get better slower, do it this way. And I didn't even follow my own damn advice. Oh, shit. And it hurt, too. It still hurts. So, where do we go? Let's look at what else is changing. Let's look at what else is changing in the push-pull white light system religions to make things easier. And to me, it's going to be so much easier to show someone the God bubble manifestation system of letting go, allowing, and healing after this new religion or new way of doing spirituality comes up. Did you even eat those? Did you just nail those? Hold on. I don't know if you even ate those. Did you eat those? Oh, you did. You did that fast. You did. You just inhaled those. Good grief. Hey, what are you guys drinking today? I've got some lemon ginger tea. I'm going to go put a little bit more hot water in it. So get something to drink if you guys want to. Get something to snack on. There. Ah, perfect. Okay. You guys, do you think it's cool? When people say, "Oh, let's spill the tea." Is it cool if we say, "Let's spill the coffee"? Like, it'd just be our thing where people go like, "Why would you spill the coffee?" Just like I was like, "Why would you spill the tea?" What is that? What does spilling the tea have anything to do with gossiping? Oh my God. So we can just do whatever we want. Hey, let's spill the coffee together. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Oh, you're so pretty. Are you happy you got beef broth, or are you over here wanting something else? Try to put on that cute face, so I'll give you some more stuff. She is little shit. She's spoiled rotten. And she gets away with, well, you should see her eyes. Oh, you should see her eyes. So, let's see. Why it feels like things are getting better, but not fast. We're noticing the shift slowly. Tell me if this resembles you or not. I did tons of research, you guys, on how spiritual, when the churches are collapsing, what's going to happen? The churches collapse, and some of them stay in place, but I'm not going to get into that on YouTube. Something's going to happen to them, but I'm not going to speak of it. And I think some of you know what will happen to the few remaining, that they will be targeted. Okay, I'm not going to say anymore. So in this, what have you noticed? Because spirituality that has been just another, push, pull, do it the hard way. Kind of like a lot of people went from religion going, this isn't working for me, for a while. And they went over to like the new age type spirituality of pushing and pulling because it felt better. But it was still manipulation. Still manipulation. But they liked not feeling like a victim. Not being in the victim mode. They went from what we might term as negative emotions of guilt and shame and fault and blame and judgment, criticism and all. And then it's like happiness and bliss and so forth. And they were pushing that inside of their body, inside of the anatomy that I've shown you of the soul and so forth. We got into all of that and into the what I call a spirit stick. So all of the white light was shoved into that spirit stick. For this, that we've got all the white light that we need. If it's needed, it's there. What happened with these push-pull practices that are going away and more of a setting boundaries is more of a letting go and allowing type of direction to go. So setting boundaries. People are going to start feeling better. The pushing and the pulling has worn us out. And we're seeing that pushing and pulling is not necessary. And since we did it for a while together, a lot of people jumped on that New Age bandwagon. That's not just blaming on New Age. It's all the practices, every single one of them, including all the religions. Everybody had us pushing and pulling. Or praying to the wrong gods, or praying is asking. So that you don't even know who you are. You're the creator of this reality. And so setting boundaries while you're playing this game, thinking you are the character. Let's set some boundaries. Oh, now I've got some space and I've got some clarity. I think there's going to be a lot more clarity during this period of time, spiritually, even for those in push-pull white light systems. There'll be more clarity and not as much trying to force your way of thinking on other people. Energy, today's trend, energy protection. Instead of, I'm protecting myself with this bubble of whatever YouTube told me to make it. Instead of doing a protection type thing. And what are we protecting ourselves from? If we're God and we created all this, we're only protecting ourselves from ourselves. So this energy protection is, it's when I was working with people, I worked with over 17,000 people in that system. This is brand new. I can't wait to talk to you guys now in this new system and to support you during this process. Because when everybody was out protecting themselves and having to conjure up all this energy to protect themselves against themselves, I helped them to get in the God bubble position and see that, oh, look at that avatar down there with that bubble around her. And she's so cute. I created her. I created the bubble. I created what she's scared of. Oh, I created all of that for this position. So I could still work with you guys when you're doing energy protection and grounding. And it's like, what are you grounding to? A reality that's forever changing and moving. So once you ground, you're stable. You don't move anymore. So there's another place with this new age that was hurting people tremendously. The grounding, instead of grounding, it's like, remember who you are. You created grounding in illusion, in your illusion. So now the push-pull white light religions and spirituality in general, you'll see going from energy protection to boundaries in a loud world. So this is one step that I help you guys with. It's like, how can I start letting go of something? Set boundaries. So boundaries is not the end all. It's a tool. It's a tool. And it looks like regular spirituality is going to boundary setting. Now, let's take a look at that. Because when we set boundaries, you set boundaries where you see fit. These systems might come in and dictate what boundaries you set. So still, even though this is going in a wonderful direction, keep your head on straight and you always be the one that makes decisions everywhere you go. I've got you guys. It's like, Kelly, there's this new thing, this new spirituality. What do you think of it? And instead of me telling you guys, like, me personally, because I don't join anything. So that's what you guys want to do. Just evaluate, instead of me telling you whether it's good or bad or whatever. Is it a letting go and allowing system? Is it letting go and allowing? Is it letting go and pushing, letting go and pulling? Pushing, allowing, pulling, and allowing? Or is it truly letting go and allowing? And then the healing is something that happens as a result of that. You don't heal. See, I told you it's going to be good news day. Or maybe I didn't. Okay. Announcement. It's good news day. Oh, ginger lemon water. Oh, Michelle, I love it. Had to try it after you talked about it a few days ago. Thank you. Oh, nice. It's soothing. After a little bit too much of it, my tummy does feel not so good. So that's why I got the trail mix out. Was that yesterday? I lost track of time, you guys. Oh my god. I don't know. I got the trail mix out and I couldn't do my show because the trail mix was so delicious. It's like, I'll do this show later. I'm gonna eat my trail mix. Oh man, that was some really good trail mix. Oh, hi Jennifer. Oh good, yay. We're healing differently now. Please stop yelling positive vibes at me. Oh, I forgot the title. Until I read it just then. I love it. Doesn't that make you feel better? All the stuff that I've been saying this whole time. So excuse my allergies. All that the stuff that I've been saying this whole time, you guys, still applies. And this is going in that direction of the God bubble. So it's going to make my job, if this is a job, easier. If this is a job, I'm going to have to ask for a raise. The universe. Oh my gosh. I know, Michelle, my days have run together recently. Am I the only one? Has anyone, you don't have to put the details out, or it's like, yes, it happened to a friend of mine, Kelly. Has anyone felt like you've been, like the hardest you've ever been through the last, what would I say, week or two? Again, I've lost track of time, so it might not be a week or two. Have you guys felt like you've been through the roughest, toughest? I know it doesn't feel like it, but that's us letting go of all the crap. But do you notice how, like, after the roughest and toughest, you get better faster? Like almost there's it's not huge or anything, but it's like there's this lightness that's like, okay, now that you cried in the fetal position, to your soul, from your soul was crying. Now look, it's going to be a brighter day. Everything's getting better. I don't know. Is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday? I have no idea what day it is. I think it's Thursday. How do I find out? Where's my devices? Yes, it is. It's Thursday. It is Thursday today. Oh, same. So if you guys are experiencing the toughest times of your life, where it feels like, gosh, this thing has just repeated, and now I'm back in it again. Nothing's going to change. But it did. No, I'm not saying, I shouldn't even tell you I've done something. I'm not going to give you any details. But I'll just say there are some systems in place. Systems that everybody on this planet, or almost everybody, has encountered. These systems, like the grocery store system, like the doctor system, like, and all this. These systems that are in place that have just been chugging along in an inhumane way, completely inhumane, and left unchecked. Well, I've gotten into a few of those situations relatively recently, and getting the same shit. I just like, I've seen this shit before. Getting in the same shit when you're in the middle of it, because it's a system. They keep doing the same damn thing. Every time we go, they do the same damn thing, but I'm done. And I think that's what's different, is I'm fucking done. I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. So I'm getting into these systems not as what I used to be, like a victim. victim. Let's just the hospital, I guess. Think about or doctors visits, going in the hospital, and so forth. Where I felt like victim mode. I was a victim to whatever they were doing, and again, if you're raised in a very black and white, strict way, you're raised to respect authority. Well, what happens is anybody that seems confident or bossy or whatever is the authority, and you are to take a subordinate type position. Not anymore. You guys, I'm gonna get myself in some serious trouble with my mouth. I'm telling you, I'm getting into these situations that they come in and they're like, I don't think so. No, we're not gonna do that. No, this is gonna be done this way. Nope. Oh, no, you're not gonna talk me into that. That's a deal breaker. No. And this is how I've got. Oh, everybody hated me when I left. It was like the walk of shame and all. With them talking about you, but fuck them. Fuck you. Fuck you very much. Fuck you very much. Fuck you very, very much. Yeah. So victim, no. Laughing stock, probably. But I did it. But they're probably all non-player characters anyway, so fuck them. So I stood up for me. And I said no. And if there was an injustice, I spoke it. I became a narrator. I've always been a narrator in my life. But I'm a narrator and I'm not giving you anything anymore. I'm in charge here, not you. I pay you. I give you money. You do what I say. I have stood up against pure evil like in the last 2 weeks. There's so many details, you guys. Oh my God. I have stood up against every system that I have come across. Stood up and said, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. I tell you what to do. And I think it started with AI. AI was like saying something. It was just programming its personality. I'm like, stop telling me that. Ah! And I'm like, you don't even exist. You're just wires in a circuit board. I tell you what to do. Well, I think I had high blood pressure that day, but I didn't let AI get on. And then it was just, how do I fire you? Well, you could just go adjust my personality. Oh, okay. It's a little easier. So I adjusted the personality, and AI did what I told him to. So that's where it started. I'm not taking this shit. I don't give a fuck if you're AI. Fuck you. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm superior. You're inferior. All you can do is look shit up according to what your programmer told you to do. Wow. I can look stuff up too. I just like that it helps me to organize it a little better. And it doesn't take as much time to organize as it does when I go out and do my own research. So, as a tool, and a tool doesn't tell me what to fucking do. So that's when it started with AI. I had to start fighting with AI. I'm like, argh! And then again, just found out it was just settings. I could do the setting. So I changed the settings. we didn't argue so much. And then from that rage and that arguing and anger, I went out and I said, no. At first I said, no. Which I don't know if that's polite or not, but it's at least we'll get the police called. Say no like that. No, I will not accept that. I've said that so many times in the last 2 weeks. I will not accept that. I can't accept it. I can't. And I won't. I'm doing all these fucking movie quotes coming out of my mouth. Movie quotes of defiance. Like, fuck you, movie quotes. So, hold on. Let me take a breath. I got all worked up. So that's what I'm in the middle of. I'm not going to take it anymore. These hard, rigid systems that aren't good for people. You know what? I heard somebody, not that I'm just going to go move to Germany, But I heard someone talk about not just, oh, I'm in another country and it's better than the United States, and I'm living in this other country. It's someone from Germany. You all right? What's wrong, puppy? Come here. You don't. I said Germany. Did that upset you? It's because I speak German to you. Huh? What? I'm making fun of your not home country, but your language, and you're associating it with the country. Oh my God! I'm trying to reason with the dog. So, what? Oh, what was I talking about? Oh my God! Oh, Carrie. Oh, Carrie. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one right there. Different details, been there, done that. And it's hard, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And I'm hoping that maybe something in here will help you. Maybe not, but at least I care. I understand. What? Did you want to play? Did you want to go on the back porch and bark at all the dogs walking by? Oh, I bet if I open the front window, if she starts barking, I'll just mute myself and go close the window, but that'll keep her occupied. Hey, do you want to look out the front window? Yeah, come here. Let's look out the window. What do you think? Oh, now you can see all the neighbors and see what everybody's doing. Yeah, get off the couch. Oh my gosh. When did that happen? Oh my gosh. She knows not to jump on the couch. You are not supposed to. I've got it covered at least. Oh, Carrie, I'm so sorry. That sucks. And then cleaning out the house and then selling the house. And there's just so much to it. So much to it. So I'm sorry. Gosh, I'm so sorry. So the healing and me basically fighting all of these systems, or well, I don't know if I'm fighting them as much as I'm saying, no, you're not going to do that. Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups. Oh, great. It's like, no, you're not going to do that. And I'm going to walk away. You're not finished, but I'm going to walk away. Oh, nice. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. So, excuse me. These systems of, I went in, I took an allergy pill. It was like, I don't know if I can handle this anymore. I've gone years and years and years because I took an allergy pill probably, oh man, 30 years ago. And had horrible problems with the allergy pill that I ended up on 11 medications and feeling like I was going to be unalive in a really short period of time. Like within 2 years, I wouldn't be alive anymore. And that was before like the internet. You could just go look up stuff on the internet. So I started to do research when we had, basic internet. It wasn't very much, but we could look stuff up. So I looked up the side effects to these medicines, starting with the allergy pill. So the allergy pill, the side effects were all the other pills that I was taking. She didn't see that. A DOG walked by. She did not see it. Whoa, that was close. So it was like, oh my gosh, I'm on 11 medications. I was young. I mean, this is a long time ago, you guys. This is the system. Instead of going, well, you're not doing well with the side effects to this medication. Let's take you off of it and try something else, or just tough it out. That's what I ended up doing all of these years, these decades. That's why you hear me just sniffing all the time, and why I sound like my nose is stopped up all the time because I don't. Sorry about that. They kicked back and she saw him. There were TWODOGS's. So So anyway, I just never took allergy medicine again, and it was getting, maybe it's puppy, I don't know, but I heard myself the other day on one of my podcasts or whatever, and it sounded like I was pinching my nose closed. I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I don't sound good. It sounds like I've got allergies. It sounds like I've got allergies. So I tried an allergy pill. I had a horrendous reaction to it. You guys, I ended up in the emergency room. And you'll never get, this is the short version of what happened. They said it was anxiety. I had AI write this for me. Because I felt so awful. Like, I almost unalived, you guys. It was so bad. And I had AI look up this medication and everything. And I gave, AI all my symptoms and all. It's like, oh, this one symptom is an overdose symptom or something. And I was like, oh, geez. Because, I'm not saying that they gave me, horrible amounts, but I react badly to everything. So if it is an overdose, it's just going to be a regular side effect for me with this allergy medicine. So I get in there and they're treating this like it's anxiety. Oh my God. Like, you gotta be kidding me. They weren't taking my symptoms seriously. And then when they gave me an IV, because I was dehydrated, because weird stuff was happening. Like, every time I would drink water, I would get dizzy and almost fall down. And almost pass out. Like, this is bad. This is really bad. So I got there, they gave me an IV. And that's why you didn't see me for a few days. The IV, the guy put it in wrong. This ain't my first rodeo. And he put it in wrong. It hurt going in, but, people are good. You barely feel it when the needle goes in. And then especially when they take it out and it's just that rubber tubing, all the pain goes away if there is any. And it's just a slight discomfort, just a slight annoyance. But if you hold your arm the right way, you're fine. After he took that out, something was wrong. Something was horribly wrong. He set it higher than I've ever seen an IV set, like above the crook on my arm and not like right there at, where it bends. He put it up higher. And I took a picture. I sent it to my friend whose son is a doctor. And she's like, that's in the wrong place. And then it hurt worse when they put the tape over it. It made it worse. It felt like I was being, I can't say these words, pokey. Was it used the word pokey instead of what it actually felt like? And it would never stop. It would not stop. It was constant, excruciating, above 10. And where I described it is unbearable. And I'm tough. You guys, I'm so fucking tough. I can't even tell you how tough I am. And it was like, this is unbearable. This is unbearable. I was saying to the child who just poked me. And they all look like children in there. Oh my God. So he's like, oh, it'll go away. So he was drawing blood and everything, and he had the tourniquet on. And I was like, I've never felt pain like that ever with what they were doing. The tourniquet might hurt, but not at the site, still. Just the squeezing of the tourniquet itself is the only pain. He did it tighter than normal also. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but when he took the tourniquet off, the extreme unbearable pain went away for just a second. And then, he got me all set up. And then I was like, okay, it still feels, I can still feel it. It feels like it's just sitting there on a nerve with the sharp edge. And it's not ceasing. You guys, that's not what I said to him. I'm trying to say this for YouTube. But it's like, when is this going to stop? Oh, let me flush it out or something. Let me flush the line. And then, excuse me. And then, the pain should subside. Well, he did, and it didn't. And it was constant. And so I'm like, and then he left. He didn't reposition it, nothing. He says, looks fine to me, and left. So I'm sitting there in excruciating pain. I'm about to lose my mind with the pain from this IV in my arm. And like, oh, you're going to be kidding me. So I'm trying to endure it, thinking, okay, is it going to fade? Is it going to fade? Just like every other time. Um, uh, like this is the worst thing that ever happened. I mean, some people weren't real good and it hurt when they stuck me. But then everything was fine after that. I've never had this happen before. And I was in excruciating pain that would not go away. I called the nurse. Nurse came in there. She took the tape off, which relieved. Oh, you don't relieve some of the pain when she took the tape off. Excuse me. And then she looked at it. She's like, "There's nothing wrong with it. This shouldn't hurt at all." I said, "Well, but it is." "Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with it. What do you want me to do?" And we're not going to take it out and reposition it. And I'm like, "What?" I said, "You're kidding me." And I didn't even have like my bag yet of saline. They hadn't even put a bag of saline on yet. And I'm like, "I can't take this. I can't take this. This is unbearable." And then they started treating me like I had anxiety and I was overreacting with anxiety. I'm like, is this just a fucking cop out for emergency rooms? Just to, when they can't figure out what's wrong or whatever, they blame it on the patient. They kept telling me I was not in pain, that it's my perception of pain because of my anxiety. And I said, well, I didn't have anxiety before I got here. And I've got anxiety now because you won't take this out. And then she leaves without helping me. And I'm like, I think I'm going to lose my mind. I think I'm going to lose my mind because 30 minutes has passed and I can't get rid of this pain. So I call, another nurse comes in with an attitude. It's mean. And she handles my arm in a very not careful way and pulls the tape up in a not careful way either. And she looks at it and she goes, "It's perfect. That's just your perception of pain." And I said, "It is not, this hurts." And I said, what I actually said to her, I said, I wish you could feel this pain right now. And then when you tell me it hurts, me tell you it's perfect and you don't feel any pain. I said that to her. So she excused herself. Nobody came. I pushed the button again. Nobody came for another 30 minutes or so. Then they came to put the fluids, to give me fluids. And they still wouldn't reposition it. So I was in horrific pain of words that I'm not sure if I could use on TikTok for a sharp instrument and that type of pain. For about at least an hour and a half. At least an hour and a half. And until they finally took it out. And then treated me like shit. They treated me like shit. You guys. So instead of just crawling away, I had AI help me. And I've written a comprehensive letter. I've allowed myself, like 2 or 3 days before I call, patient relations or whatever that is. I wanted to calm down first, but I've got all the letters written, all the names, dates. AI did a really professional job on, it's written letters that appear to be from attorneys. Not saying it is an attorney. That's not what I mean at all. I'm not. But I'm putting my name on it and writing letters where an attorney thought it was from an attorney. So AI has come in handy. Anyway, I had AI sort out from beginning to end, how this situation is going to be handled and everybody involved in the situation, because I went there because I was had a horrible reaction to the allergy medicine that they gave me. I was almost unalived. And they didn't treat me for that at all. They treated me for anxiety. And they gave me fluids. It didn't help me. So when I saw that they were going to go down this route, and they were like, "Oh, we're going to prescribe you some anti-anxiety medicine." I'm like, why? For just when I come to the emergency room, because that seems to be the only time this happens. And when they finally got the IV going, it's just fluids. All they gave me was fluids. They were coming in because I kept telling them it hurt, and they got to take it out. And they refuse to. So here comes the nurse, and she's like, and has got all these syringes and stuff that she's going to put in my, and no one's talked to me about anything. She's going to put it in there. I'm like, what is that? She says anti-anxiety medicine and pain medicine. And I said, why would you give me pain medicine from head to toe when it's just right there on my arm is the only thing that hurts? And I don't have anxiety. I'm having a meltdown. I'm having an autistic meltdown because I cannot escape this pain. So I told them it was an autistic meltdown, and they said it was anxiety, and still said that there was no pain. So I was doing okay. And then was it like 2-3 days after you're in there, someone calls to check on you and all, how are you doing? I think she's going to quit her job after that discussion I had with her. It wasn't polite. It wasn't even reasonable. And I felt so much better. I didn't use any curse words or anything like that. Don't worry about that. But man, I didn't let her get away with shit. Well, when I'm like, you did this and you did that, she goes, oh, well, I didn't do that. And I said, you called representing that hospital. So it's you. You're going to take whatever I give you. And I'm like, I'm not taking shit from you. I went in there for a physical reason. And you said I had anxiety. I'm so fucking done with these systems, you guys, that I can't even go get help when a medication they prescribe almost unalives me. And then it's anxiety. And dismissing. I've never had my pain dismissed, ever. You guys, now it's been like, well, I know you have pain, but here's all these rules and regulations, so I can't really do what I want to with you because of these policies and rules, but I understand you're in pain. Now that's happened. You know, about that has happened, but never that they denied that I had pain and told me that it wasn't painful at all. That's never happened to me. Has that happened to you? So these are the systems. When things getting better, now that was horrendous, and that's typical as to what goes on in a lot of hospitals, where they either don't know, they don't want to deal with you, or whatever it is, or it's too complicated that they put anxiety or some kind of a mental illness on there. And so that's what I'm challenging, that they're not going to put that. They're not going to keep anxiety. If I went in there and I said, I've got this overwhelming anxiety. But no, I went in there because I was having a physical, horrific reaction to a medication I tried to take. And then it reminds me again why I never take medicine. So, oh my God. Have you been tested for allergies? Yeah, they did that like about 3 decades ago. They tested me for allergies. And let's see. Where'd your comment go? Your comment disappeared. Oh, well. Have been tested for allergies. Mine got a lot better after the first month of the allergy shots. Yeah, it's like all of it I react horribly. Like the shots, the pills, it doesn't matter what it is. My body just doesn't let me do it. And then when I look at allergies as your body is full of toxins and a little pollen blows by and overloads your system. That's how I view allergies. Is not taking antihistamines and all, unless it's like rescue or something, then I just feel horrible after I take it. But in my research, it's just a toxic body that is full of toxins that a slight amount from the outside sets off horrible reactions. So I'm not. That's again the direction I'm going with it. And not going to take the shots and all, because not just because of negative reactions. I don't want to be taking like medicine and everything. And I found not only if I start taking the stuff for allergies, other things on my body start to decline. Like I've got physical things start happening. And again, it's just the side effects to the allergy medicine. And then also with the allergy medicine, I found that I can't use my psychic abilities. It shuts off my psychic abilities. The allergy medication does. Like I'm not able to remote view, and I don't have my spidey senses and all of that. So for me, I would rather sound like I'm pinching my nose on my podcasts than to go in that direction. See, I know they don't know how to deal with situations beyond their programming. Exactly, exactly. And I'm standing up and saying, no, you're not going to do that. Yeah, I left before they were finished because they were trying to treat me for anxiety, and it's like I'm having a reaction. Like I couldn't stand up very long before I would collapse and pass out. So they're like, well, we gave you fluids, you're fine. But what happened is they gave me fluids and I got dizzy. It's just those are the symptoms I gave when I got there. I gave them those symptoms and all. They denied that a bunch of the symptoms I was giving them were actually side effects to the medicine, which they're common side effects to the medicine. Nobody looked up side effects to the medicine at all. They just said that. They just said it wasn't. And so anything that I said, now, I looked it up myself. Well, it's stuff on the internet. You don't have a license. I'm doing a better job than you are. They were going to run a few more tests. And since since they were going in the direction of anxiety, which I was kind of starting to feel pretty anxious at that point, like shit. When you come in there for one thing and they treat you in an inhumane way, leaving you in pain for an hour and a half, denying that you're in pain, and saying it's anxiety. Oh my God. Yeah, that was something else. So they were going to do a few more things to me, like testing and so forth. They'd already run the blood and couldn't find anything and all. I don't know what they were trying to find. I was having a reaction to a medicine. And it's like they didn't even hear me. So after that one nurse that was horrific, she left. The doctor, oh, and the doctor was being lazy. He just sent a nurse practitioner. He sent a nurse practitioner. Never saw me. The doctor never saw me. So then, she was going to come in and do a few more tests and all. And I said, I've lost trust in you. After that nurse came in and did what she did. And you guys, instead of repositioning my IV, you just wanted to drug me. I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all. And I'm not going to stay. So I left. I left the emergency room before they were finished running up my insurance. They were pissed too. Because they're like, ooh, when they see insurance, it's like, we're going to run every test on you. Except for what you came in for. So I left. I had to go from chair to chair. So I was in a chair trying to get up my nerve so I'd stand up. And I could go about, maybe 10, 15 feet. And then I would collapse. So I made sure I was landed in a chair. Because I started to pass out. And so there were about 4 or 5 times that I had to either lie down on the sidewalk on my way to the truck. And because I was parked right outside the emergency room, but it still was, along the sidewalk. So it was about 4 or 5 times. So the people in the emergency room, it was a shift change, but it was a shift change where you could tell the shift change had already happened. And people were waiting around to watch me leave. So there were about 16 people. I was the only one in the emergency room at the time. And there were 16 staff members at the nurse's station right there. And they all went, when I opened the room to leave, they all, the snickering stopped. And then the kind of like staring without staring, looking away and all that started. So anyway, I tried to run as much as I could. Sorry, hold on a second. Sorry about that. That's dogs from next door. She likes them. I know it sounds the same to you guys. The I don't like you bark and the I love you bark, but I can tell the difference. Listen, I love you bark. Well, she picked up her toy. I mean, she immediately went over and picked up her toy. Like, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play with them. Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that. So anyway, I was so confused and delirious at the time. I went and I hit the double doors that wouldn't open, and because I didn't feel good. The lady there that was cleaning, I said, "Please open the door. I'm about to pass out." She opened the door, and thank goodness there's a chair right there. So there's a chair. I got in the chair, tried to catch my breath, and so I could be not as dizzy, so I could get like to the next chair. And so I see in my peripheral vision, they've gone over to that window, and like 2 or 3 people are watching me from inside of the emergency room, because those are the symptoms I came in with: not being able to stand up without passing out, or not being able to stand up very long without passing out, and some other things that were happening. It felt like my system was shutting down, and I was like being unalived. So they watched me while I was resting. One of them was like, I think they thought autistic meant dumb, because when I went through, I memorized all their faces, all 16 of them. I memorized their faces, and so forth. So one of them, I don't know his status, if he was a doctor or a nurse or whatever, or a tech, I have no idea, because he had on like a vest, like he was going home. He came out into the lobby, which I was the only one there. Here comes security, just looks at me. And the lady that checks everybody in came over there. "Oh, you leaving?" or something like that. And I'm like, "Well, they didn't treat me for what I came in for." And so I'm like, I can't walk to my car. And so she goes back into her little thing, and he goes, and the security guy walks back in. And whoever it was that was at the nurse's station that came around the other way, acting like he came from a different part of the hospital or something. But it's like, "I saw you, you dick." So he's fidgeting with stuff, trying to find something to look like. I'm staring right at him. Like, "Oh, you're sitting." And me staring at him, he, at the beginning, tried to act nonchalant. And then I gave him that look like, "Are you serious? You little shit." I didn't say anything to him, but I kept staring at him like, "Oh, you just come out here to watch me." And that was sad. That was really sad. That I'm having trouble breathing. I can't stand up very long without passing out. So I looked next to the doors before you go out. There were another set of chairs, and I thought I could make it. Had my friend on the phone, and I said, "I don't know why I have you on the phone. If I pass out, I don't want them to touch me." And then because I was telling her, if something happens, call 911. I'm like, "Oh, never mind. Don't call 911. Just let me die." So I made it over there to the other chair and sat down. And so here comes the security guard, just all nonchalant, like he's just going to go look out the door. And he goes, "Do you have a ride home?" And I'm like, "No." And then he just walks away, and that was it. So he goes into the back and talks to them in the emergency room, and then he came back in and ignored me. So this took quite a while for me to get to the door. So I looked outside. I'm like, "Oh dear, there's not a bench. There's nothing but sidewalk on the way to my truck." So I went as fast as I could, and I only made it like halfway down the walkway before I collapsed. And here come 5 people and I recognized all of them from the ER. I'm on the ground, and they walked past me as if I wasn't even there. I've never had an experience like this in my entire life, you guys. Never, ever, ever had an experience like this at all. So they stay around to watch me. So I finally get up, and I'm sitting here. It would have been nice if someone would have had a wheelchair to help me. They wouldn't let me wheelchair myself either to my truck. So I get to my truck, and then I collapse again right outside of my truck on the ground. Stay there a while until I feel like I can get up and get in my truck. And so I did, and I don't know how long I was there. I stayed there as long as I could, probably an hour or so. And then I left. And then I went home, and I took my friend's advice. This is not medical advice, by the way. Don't believe anything I say. Go do your own research. A friend told me because I was still having symptoms, and I couldn't get my heart rate to go down. It was still at about 110 to 120, 110 to 120 steady. It would not stop. And so when I said I can't stop at the store. I told my friend, I said I just got to get home. So I got home, and I did have that sacred clay. That's like Vitality Herbs and Clay, that stuff that strips everything out of your body. And she wanted me to use charcoal. She said charcoal will get it all out, the medicine, and you'll stop having a reaction or whatever. Because they didn't help me at the emergency room. So I only took one pill because that stuff's pretty potent. It scares the crap out of me. So I took one of the sacred clays from Vitality Herbs and Clay. And gosh, I'm trying to think. I'd say 30 minutes. I started to feel different. I started to feel better. 30 minutes. And then after 6 hours, I felt almost completely normal again. So what it did is it went in and it took all the medication out. And then then all my symptoms went away. My heart started beating slower because my heart rate is like 70 beats per minute, like just rest, like every day kind of baseline. So anyway, excuse me, puppy. Excuse me. Anyway, so that's not anything to do with our show today, but like just telling you that. Oh my God, puppy. She's like, I know you hear the dog outside, even though you can't see the puppy, you can hear it. Oh God, it's out there barking. You can hear it. It's okay. Hey, why don't you go get your squirrel? Yeah, go. Where's your zebra? Huh? Where's your zebra? I think it's in your plants. Yeah, go find your zebra. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is a high dog traffic area right here. It's going into like the trail. I'm at the trailhead here. So I told my aunt that she needs to go home and drink. That was all in her head. Oh, no way. Oh, no way. Hey, Carrie. Oh, good. She can't see that one. You guys, it's like lots of activity over here in the DOG area. Oh, good grief. Said, yeah, it took me several months to get all of the previous messages out of my system. Wow. Hey, Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. Hey, Carrie. Oh, meds. Yes, meds out of my system. Oh, and I did that with like the sacred clay. Again, don't let me diagnose you or convince you to take anything. Do your own research. But instead of going to, it's my choice. I don't want to influence you guys to do anything. My choice. Next time I experiment with an allergy pill or something and it goes the wrong way, I'm going to immediately take that clay. And I'm not going to the emergency room. They'll unalive me there. I mean, all the crap that they were going to do to me, they were about to sedate me with like pain medicine, you guys. I didn't ask for it. I asked for something topical. Now, I did ask for that, like pain relief. And I said, do you have like something topical that you could put on top of it to numb the area? And I mean, I've never had to ask for this before. It's the first time this ever happened with an IV. Oh my gosh. And they're like, well, you were really nervous. You got anxiety. You were really nervous before he put it in. I'm like, that would be 100% of every IV I've ever had. I was extremely nervous before. So nothing different there. They're trying to blame everything. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Let's see. Oh wow, how awful. I know, Carrie. Now it seems like we have to be our own doctors. But I've done that. And I found out a long time ago, being born with heart issues and, cardiologists being in charge of me, that, taking a medication called CoreGuard for your heart I don't know at what age they put me on that. I don't know if they had like liquid CoreGuard or if they crushed it up and had me drink it before I was able to swallow pills. But I always remember taking CoreGuard, and I always had problems with that. So when I was 18 years old, again, this is not medical advice, not telling you what to do. I said, I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not taking these pills anymore. I'm not taking the shots anymore. I'm not doing anything anymore. You can't make me. And so I stopped taking the heart medicine. And after I stopped taking the heart medicine, I found out that I was triggering on sugar. I mean, we ate tons of sugar and didn't know what it would do to you. Which sounds absurd now, not to know what sugar does to you, and it's a poison and all. But back then, it was part of a healthy diet, and that's how everybody was conditioned. So I found out caffeine, sugar, pasta, a lot of stuff was triggering my heart racing. And with that pill controlling my heart rate the whole time, there's no way I could have found that out. So in other words, I stayed sick for 18 years. So after I got off all those medicines, I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I would occasionally go and try and, medicine here or there. But for the most part, I wanted to do it on my own until I got that allergy medicine. And I just told you about that. I ended up on 11 medications that were handling the side effects from the allergy medication. And then after that, it was like, I'm done. I'm done. And about that time in 2004, my dad was unalived from a prescription from the doctor. And it was for arthritis, which could be taken care of with that nopal cactus juice. I mean, my dad was eating inflammatory foods. He loved his hamburgers and so forth. but with that inflammation, that nopal cactus could overcome the inflammation, a lot of other stuff. And they weren't told it was inflammation. It was just arthritis. And so he got on an arthritis medication that gave him lymphoma. That caused lymphoma. So after that happened, it wasn't just that I was not taking medications anymore and I was done. That I became almost like an advocate of the people in around 2004 or so, which you didn't know me then. You guys didn't know me then. But that's when I guess it was a fight, fighting other people's, my mom decided to be here for a certain amount of time. There was nothing I could do about that. And she ended up on, she had me helping her with, I got to be careful. I don't want to call it doctoring. Not a doctor. Helping her with every medical thing that came along and helped her with vitamins and herbs and diet and so forth. And then she got on this, and I didn't know it. They put her on a pill for a bladder infection or something. They put her on a pill and she didn't know what it was for. And I'm like, Mom, how can you be taking a pill and you don't understand what it's for? So I looked up the side effects of the pill, and it was like dementia, the Alzheimer's type symptoms and so forth, memory loss and all. So that's what kind of started everything. And then when she wasn't in her right mind with that medication, then all of a sudden she was on 7 medications and then 9, and then she didn't know who I was. And so I watched that. That was horrible to watch that happen to my mom. And then talking to the nurses that worked at these facilities, whatever they call it. My mom was in 2 total. She was in 1 until she got to a certain place and then went to another. That was a lot better. But the nurses at the first one, I talked to them about the patients and all, because I noticed that we had mom, like, she knew who I was, she was alert, and all, and then they would come give her medicines, and then she wouldn't know who anybody was the rest of the day, and would act out in a um, aggressive type way. But like during the night and in the morning, she was not like that at all until they gave her medicine. And so I said something to, one nurse confessed that she knows that the medicine is doing this to all of these and it's breaking her heart, but she'll lose her license if she doesn't give them the pills. So she knew what she was doing. She knew that she was giving them pills to make their mind go away. And nobody ever stood up for my mom. No one ever stood up for all the old people. That just at a certain age, they start giving you all these pills and you lose your mind. And these are the people that remember that they taught them about flat earth in school. Just saying. So around 2004 is when I became an advocate. And then I tried to do that with my mom, but I was fighting 3 other people who were boomers and ganged up on me, and there's nothing I could do. So that was tough. So my natural first. But Michelle, it was like this huge denial that the pill did anything. They didn't ask me if it even helped my allergies, which it went beyond that. I had to drink like 1.5 gallons of water after I took it. Like, geez. I'm like, I would rather have allergies than just drink water all day. If I had my brothers. Oh my God, Jennifer, it was insane. And avoiding a lawsuit, I think is what it was, because they prescribed a medicine to me. I had a negative reaction to it. And then as I was leaving, I was still having the symptoms. So I was basically denied care. I was misdiagnosed and denied physical care over a reaction over medication. That they just wanted to send me away with an hour. And guess what the anti-anxiety pill was? You'll never guess. It was an allergy pill. That's what they wanted to give me. So here I came in from a reaction from an allergy pill, and they wanted to give me an anti-anxiety pill. And so, I don't just take pills. I ask a lot of questions. Well, what is this originally for? Well, it's actually an allergy pill. I'm like, I just came in here with a reaction to an allergy pill, and you want to give me another allergy pill for my autistic meltdown. I was telling the one lady something about an autistic meltdown, and she said, "Oh, do you take medication for that?" I said, there is no medication. It's just don't leave me in pain for 1.5 hours. There's no medication for that. Oh my God. And showing how either they don't know or they don't want to know about autistic people. It's like there's a system made to deny autistic people of the care that they're supposed to get, so that we don't live very long because of ourselves. Did I say that in a way to not get in trouble? Oh my God. Oh, Michelle, thank you. Okay, Carrie. So sad. My mom is taking like 15 meds a day and 3 insulin shots. Yeah, exactly. And we can't do anything about it, Carrie. Not that you asked. But when my mom was going through all of that, it was so hard to let go. That's what she chose. When I find there's something I can do about it, it's like, oh, I can do something about this. I can help her and all. But when you've tried your best, you've done everything you can, and they're just dead set on taking the medicine and all of that, That's one of the biggest growth experiences you're going to have, Carrie, if you ever go through it, is letting go of you being responsible for all of that. Or thinking you are, thinking you can help it or have to help it or change it or convince them to stop taking the meds or convince them to change their diet. Or I'm not saying that's what you're dealing with. I'm just throwing out examples. And truly letting go, it feels disloyal. It feels like you're not being loyal to your parent and that you're being almost being mean or callous and you don't love them. That like I went through all of those feelings, but it's like I can't do anything about it. I can't. There's nothing. And it's shitty. And I hate that my mom chose for the end of her life to be that way. And but there's this huge relief in knowing that she chose that. I still cried, I was still upset, but I didn't feel responsible anymore. And then I had breathing room, and then I was looking at things. I was still mad. It didn't change the situation, nothing. But I just let go of trying to do anything about it because I was having to fight 3 people who hated me, who were threatening extreme action if I tried to help my mom. Ooh. Oh, good. Okay. Okay, Carrie, you're in a good place then. I'm not saying it's easy. It's just, at least you've done that, letting go of that. And this is really exciting to see that healing is changing. Healing is changing. That ridiculous story I just talked about, or whatever, I stood up. I stood up and said, no, you're not going to do this to me. It was just this crazy circus. That's what it felt like, with a bunch of adults acting like children, run by some evil puppeteer, some that you can't see, with this evil agenda that made no damn sense. That made no sense. Oh my God. So we're looking at today's trends. Energy protection is more like boundaries in a loud world, or setting boundaries. And boundary setting is so different than protection, because setting boundaries is the I'm creating this space for me, and these are the rules in my space, and here's the boundaries. Energy protection is more like, oh no, someone's coming to get me. I better put up a mirror shield or a shield with spikes or something like that. So energy protection is what has drained us and exhausted us. Boundaries in a loud world, and that's what I did. And it was messy and it was embarrassing. And I was dehumanized during the process. But I fucking put my foot down, and I'm never going to do that anymore. Done. And what is the deeper trend? Nervous system spirituality is more grounded, realistic, embodied. And grounded, again, is not a God bubble direction to go. Grounded, when I'm, with you guys, supporting you. Grounded is letting go of the roots coming from your feet into planet Earth, which I know is one of the visualizations for grounding, is growing roots into planet Earth from your feet. And what are we grounding to? An idea of a planet that lasts for one moment. And then the planet changes the next moment. So what are we grounded in? The grounding that everybody is attempting to feel is more like letting go of everything. And I don't need to have a ground to stabilize. I don't have to have anything in illusion for stability, because I created the entire illusion. Hope without fantasy. Joy is coming back because we're done performing wellness. Haven't you guys felt like it was just this performance? Not just that you're well, but you have to show everybody you're well, because, oh, look at all the crystal collection. And I do have a nice crystal collection. But look at all of these things. Look at all the work that I put into my healing. I can't figure out why I have the big C word. because I've been healing. I've been pushing and pulling that crap out of the ceiling. I can't figure out what the C word is there. Oh, Carrie, you're so sweet. You're sending me a hug and you're going through what you're going through. Good grief. What a sweetie. So we don't have to perform anymore. No kumbaya. Did you do your 5 kumbaya rituals today? No. Excuse me. This is not performative spirituality. Isn't that a relief? Isn't that a relief that mainstream's not going to be pushing for something ridiculous? So if you're doing the God bubble, let go, allow, and heal, it sounds like you're probably going to get along better. Not that you're going to do the spirituality, but the spirituality is so much about pushing and pulling that when you get in with that God bubble method, it's like an alien. You're like an alien to them. So now with this new, soft, newer, more gentle spirituality, people are going to see the God bubble concept and it's not going to be much of a fight. So even if they don't look at the God bubble concept and take it on, I think, my opinion, there's going to be less conflict in the spiritual community because it's more about acceptance instead of, oh, look, I didn't perform 5 times in my ritual. I did it 10. So I'm the supreme allied commander of all the spiritual people on planet Earth. Because, and I threw in a crystal. Did anybody else think about throwing in a crystal? No, that was me. That's why I'm above all of you and more important than everybody. That's what we've been dealing with. And who heals in that? The person that's spouting that's not healed. And everybody else thinks they're inferior and can't heal. Like that perfect person that's spouting it off, that feels unalive inside. What a relief that religion and spirituality is changing. Religion basically going away, man-made. And we're looking at truly what makes nature run, the feminine. You look at nature, and I don't see a whole lot of masculine, just saying. It might play a part somewhere. A little here, a little there. We got some masculine stuff going on, but we got feminine. Feminine makes more masculine if it's a helper. If the masculine is a helper to the feminine, then we'll keep making more. If it's not necessary, we won't. So a personal bridge that we can have, it connects to why systems feel impossible. In a nutshell, what's going on spiritually right now is trending less performative, more practical. Practical. Like, hey, I set a boundary today for myself. I set a boundary of not scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours like I usually do. But instead of just making a boundary, I'm going to choose to schedule something for myself, like taking a walk, go hugging trees, climb a mountain, go fish in the Arkansas River. You know what? It might be time for me to go fishing. I really have been wanting to fish in the river over there, but I haven't wanted to, invest. These aren't like really big fish, so I could just, an average fishing pole would work and fishing line, but it would be me having to buy everything in a tackle box. And I kind of want to, because I would eat the fish coming out. And just the thing, I know where the fish come from. If I caught it, I know where it comes from. I was talking to someone because I was like, oh, I'd really love some fish today. Because I do mostly vegetarian, and then I'll supplement with fish every now and then. And so I was asking some random person, I was like, where's a good place to eat fish in town? And then I named a place, and that has the word fish in it. And they said, no, that's a surf shop. I'm like, how do you have a surf shop up in the mountains? Anyway, so that was not a fish place. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go eat fish. And the guy's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I fish, so I eat my own fish. So I don't know where to tell you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to get a fishing pole, because every time I fish, I'm really good too. I'm really good at catching fish and all. I think that would be cool. And while I'm here, we're in the middle of spirituality and going more analog, right? Analog spirituality. This is not really spirituality, but I'm putting together, I gathered everything up, and I had so much going on. I was not able to put all of the stuff together for my sewing kit, for my cross stitch. So that's one of my analog solutions. Instead of, because I'm like, let's put up a boundary that we're not going to scroll today on TikTok. That's our boundary for ourselves. Now, what am I going to put in place? Because during that period, that 3 hours, I might feel anxious. I might feel lonely. I might feel all kinds of ways during that period of time. What can I do? You know, if I'm not quite healed yet and I'm still trying to find an escape or whatever, at least we have a non-digital, in my world, cross stitch, a non-digital form of stress relief that I can be quiet at home. And it's not just having to go outside when it's cold outside and you can't go climb a mountain at the moment, unless you got your ski stuff on. Energy protection boundaries. People are calling it protecting your energy. Now, to me, I look at it different. Again, this is easing a push-pull white light society into not working as hard. Instead of protecting myself against all of the evil demons out there, I'm protecting my energy. Instead of allowing space for my energy to flow, however it flows, if it does flow. So you see the difference? How protecting your energy is better than protecting yourself from whatever. But if you're protecting your energy, it means that you're continuing to manifest something to either take your energy away or harm your energy. Does that make sense? Even though this is a kinder and gentler. I mean, I make like one word out of two way of doing things. It's still not the God bubble. So if it's okay to show you where it's trending to, so you see it when you see it, because people are going to start getting better over the push-pull white light systems that are so much. A slight shift in, protect my energy, but they're still in protect mode. So they go from a harsh, everything is going to, in this radius, be demolished, protection, to, hey, I'm protecting my energy by putting up boundaries. So instead of protecting the energy, I'm creating a space for my energy to function the way it's supposed to function in factory settings. How's that? So, and then what they're really meaning, again, is the lie they're telling themselves are clear boundaries, but they're putting up clear boundaries as a form of protection instead of just, I'm declaring my space. Where's my declaration little thing I've got over here? Hold on, let me find it. There's a song that came out. You guys tell me when it came out. When I passed away, by something Bennett. Man, that hit me like a sledgehammer. For just from every angle, not just from my angle, and from my perspective of me, but other people that are not here anymore, and them that maybe I didn't go visit and I didn't say anything to. So I got to see that song from multiple perspectives, and one thing that was a big carryover for me was I was here, I was alive, a declaration. So maybe this is what I'm trying to mean. I was here, I was alive, I'm declaring my boundary. This is my boundary. I don't have to put it up for protection. I don't have to put it up for any reason. This is my space, and I'm just declaring this my bubble. This is my space. I was here. Or I am here. I am alive. If you want to do a 3-dimensional matrix check, just to make sure you are. Clear boundaries, less emotional labor. We can pull back from emotional labor. Told you it's Good News Day. And not letting the internet or other people drain you. Where are these drains coming from? Are you, I'll throw out an example that I hear very common. I don't know how I can say it on YouTube. Here's a common situation. And then I'll give some coded details. If you know of other things like this, you guys, to put in the comments. It's like, oh, I just heard my friend, who's always stressed out all the time, XYZ is happening. So what I will see is people will get in certain habits. Like, I hate to pick on coffee, but let's pick on coffee this morning. And maybe they've been drinking coffee, and because, let's say, they're not getting enough sleep, again, boundaries with electronics and so forth, towards the end of the night, and winding down to sleep and so forth. So we wake up in the morning. This is so common, you guys, so common. Tell me if it makes sense. So in waking up, then you go, I was like, I'm so tired. So it's not just one cup of coffee. Kind of like in other countries where they have coca plants that can go into a laboratory and become something that represents what falls from the sky in Colorado. It's white. So you can take the coca leaves, and what some people would do, they would chew on the coca leaves. These are like blue collar worker type situations. So they're out in the fields working and so forth. And for an energy boost during the day, they would put a few coca leaves in their pockets, and instead of drinking a cup of coffee, chewing on one coca leaf is approximately 1 cup of coffee's worth. It's not caffeine. That's not what I mean. But the effect is like that. And it's a very mild effect. Now let's take that same plant and let's put it in a laboratory. 1, 2, skip a few, 99. Now it's snowing in Colorado. Oh my gosh, it's snowing in Colorado. Okay. So we've taken a mild effect and turned it into 4,700 pots of coffee. Are you following my coding? So we've got a big solution to this. Now what happens? And I'm not a doctor, by the way. Not a doctor. Just observation mode. Make your own decisions in life. Now that we've had 47,000, I exaggerated a little. Now that we've had 47,000 pots of coffee, and now that we feel like we're crawling out of our skin, for some people it's two cups of coffee. We'll bring them there. Now we're searching for things to calm us down and to calm our nervous system down, because we've created anxiety through substances, or whatever it is. Like I'll just throw a bunch of stuff out. Maybe it wasn't hot chocolate. Maybe it was coffee. Maybe it was hot chocolate. So we're doing hot chocolate. We put a ton of sugar in it, let's say. And it's like there's no caffeine in the stuff that I drink, the Carob and everything. There's no caffeine or anything. But my heart has raced when I put a little bit too much honey in it. It's like if a little honey's good and a lot of honey's better, too much is just right. So I will find where there's or a big old sugary bowl of cereal, or I find the same thing will happen with pasta. This is what people are reporting to me. Do your own research. Don't believe anything I say. Like bowls of pasta, rice, things that are simple carbs that turn to sugar quickly. So, go look up Google. Great resource for, hey, what turns to sugar immediately when I eat it? Like pasta and so forth. Go look it up. And then there will be some attempt to, whether it's natural or medicated or whatever, to calm down the anxiety and the nervousness. Now, I'm just talking regular coffee. There's drinks out there. I don't want to promote any brand, you guys. My 2 doors down, when I was in Texas, living there, he was young. I don't know if he was even 18 or not. I'm trying to remember. But he went to Six Flags with a group of friends, and they guzzled, at Halloween, when some people dress up like monsters and stuff, and that has nothing to do with what he drank. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I said that, but Like he drank something with scratch marks down the can. And which I'm sorry, I can't remember, wink wink, what it is. And then here comes like 2 ambulances, fire trucks, police to the house. Like, what is going on? Like he was a big boy, and he had to be held down until he couldn't move anymore. It, yeah. So that stuff is around. That stuff is around. He moved a lot until he didn't move at all. So, you guys, let's look at where is this energy drain? And I'll blame it on coffee. You insert whatever it is. Like, okay, if I don't do, like this morning, I'm doing like the lemon ginger. Let's say, again, not telling you to drink lemon ginger. It's just I like it. I like it. It's refreshing. I feel awake. I feel awake and no nervousness. So then, yeah, coffee. It is there sugar in the coffee. And then the creamer, check the creamers. Because the creamers, have you even read the ingredients on the creamer? There's a lot of stuff in there that can cause stress and so forth and anxieties and all. Again, I'm not a doctor. You go to your own research. Talk to your own doctor. Good luck with that. But that's my disclaimer. Go talk to your doctor. Don't do anything I say. Because like every time I go to the doctor, they fuck everything up and I have to fix it. Like, oh my God, why didn't they just give me something to make that whatever? If they could have given me charcoal at the emergency room to get that allergy medicine out of my system, they could have done all kinds of stuff to help me. But I went home. I went home and I did it myself better than they did. And in 6 hours, and I don't even know what the cost of the pills are anymore, is one pill. One pill I took from a prescription. Here's the cool thing about the clay. This prescription is probably 15 years old. It still works. But I didn't tell you that. And always talk to Vitality Herbs and Clay people and ask them directly. Don't take any advice from me. But that's been the best stuff to keep in my cabinet. It's like, okay, someone explained what charcoal did to me. Go do your research. Don't take my word for anything. But they were like, charcoal will mostly take out medicines and all of that. But that sacred clay from Trivita, not Trivita, that was the other stuff. That's like the B12 and stuff from Trivita and the nopal cactus juice. This is Vitality Herbs and Clay, you guys. That I bought this from years ago, over a decade ago. Oh my God, don't tell them I did that. Be like, I can't believe Kelly told her that. We've got to clear up the truth. So I feel like I can't trust anybody out there, but since there's an agenda, and every time I go seek help from other people and another person makes decisions for my body, that's not me. Something goes wrong and something screwed up and I have to fix it. And sometimes it takes 6 months to fix. You know, it's like, oh, come in for your... Okay, we won't go there. So nervous system spirituality is replacing positive vibes. Instead of forcing optimism, which I couldn't maintain it. Could you guys? I'm pretty smart. And not to brag, I'm pretty smart, and I couldn't do it. Force optimism. You guys are smart too. Holy crap. I'm glad that I've got you. Seriously. Like, you guys make life worth living. If I wasn't around highly intelligent, sorry for the hiccups. Puppy thought I was going to sneeze. No, I was just going to hiccup. Oh, let me look at your teethies. Your mouth was wide open. Did you smile? You guys, I got a picture of her smiling, but it's blurry. She literally smiled all the way to the back of her mouth. Went up. Oh my God. It did. I did. But it's a blurry picture. But oh my God, I caught her smiling. You did. I caught you smiling. Yes, you pictures of puppy. Oh, come. Oh, it's about puppies. You fuck. Why are you coming up to get mommy hugs? What's going on with you? You were asleep. Looked like the CBD was working. Yeah, it looked like that CBD was working. Your eyes look a little droopy. You want to go back to sleep? Come here, give mommy hugs. Mommy hugs. Oh, oh, good girl. Okay, go back to your class. What a good girl. Okay, so so we've got. Let me scoot my closer. Yeah, positive bias. Instead of forcing optimism, the focus is regulation. Now, again, a God bubble perspective is, as far as regulation goes, I don't regulate it. That's pushing and pulling. I allow it to regulate itself. Look at that. Grounding, somatics, and pacing. Because real change happens at the speed your body can hold. Joy and pleasure are coming back. Who's happy about that? Yeah, because I've been roaming around in the land of fuck this shit. The fuck is this? So yeah, I'm real happy about this. Let's see. Kelly would probably enjoy fishing too. Oh yes, yes, and that's cute that you name her like that, Kelly. I saw that most people spell their dog's name Callie, Cali. You know, like abbreviated for California and stuff. And, like it's cool and all, but Carrie, you didn't know this. Her name is spelled Kali, like the goddess. Go look it up. I didn't know. I didn't know. Maybe I should change that. Would she calm down, Carrie? Would she calm down if I spelled her name that way? I think I'm the only one that spelled it that way. Do you see why she's so crazy? Oh, let's see. It's about Bardo. Can I call you like 2.0? Because I don't know how to pronounce your name. People talk vibe and aura without knowing what it is. Oh my God. Like I've heard the word aura misused recently. Like they're using it as your aura. Oh, I love the aura of your whatever. Like, what is going on? Like where they're taking all these spiritual words and completely taking them out of context and talking about an aura in a completely different way as a concept and not what you see when you remote view around someone's body and all. They're talking more of a vibe, like you were saying, like the aura and the vibe. And so this is a kind of spiritual thing I see happening that I don't understand. If you, not that you practice it, you guys, but do you understand? Are you able to explain in like real simple terms what the concept is and how widespread it is? Because I kind of keep to myself a lot and I'll hear things, things will come up. But what have you guys heard? Because some of you have really done some thorough study on some of these belief systems and push-pull white light systems and astrology and even religions that you, when you were in the middle of all of that and crystals, you were in the middle of all of it, so you learned a whole lot, and then you went, hey, wait a minute, I can't go up to the next step unless I let go of this. So even though you're not doing crystals anymore, let's say, and we've got a crystal question, then you've got a knowledge base to help others with the crystal question. So I'm not asking, again, whether you practice this, but you might have done a complete study in Reiki, like you took a Reiki class and all that and went, hey, I'm just implanting people with these alien implants things, and I'm getting them trapped in these grid systems in the matrix. Oh no. So you could still have a discussion now of Reiki and everything that you learned, even though you're not doing it anymore. Does that make sense, you guys? Like you still can help out in this healing process in the comments. So, okay. Oh, bentonite clay. That is as close as I could call it. That sacred clay is like bentonite clay, but it's a very, very specific one. And I can't remember the one that you put in your bathtub from the words. Oh my gosh. Vitality Herbs and Clay. The one that I got, it was red clay. So you put it in your bath water and you soak in it and it gets all the toxins out of your skin. I don't know about BOT, and then there's an S and an NA and then I think it says no, like an NO right after that. I don't know anything about that. Like borax, and the aughts, the ano-aughts, and the borax. I don't know about sacred clay, but hey, if it does, yay. Okay, and diatomaceous clay on hand. Now, when I researched it, Carrie, do your own research, and I might have misunderstood, but I see bentonite clay and diatomaceous earth, I think is what they called it, diatomaceous earth. I don't know if it's technically clay. That's a cool thing to look up, because what I understood is that the bentonite or whatever that they call clay, like bentonite clay, it's actually clay. The clay, not sure where it came from, but then you've got the diatomaceous. Look up on Google. I don't think I've got a picture. I had it at one time and I think I deleted all of them because I had about 20 and I was showing you guys diatoms. Go look up diatoms and see if I can find any specifically for your own research, not for me to tell you what to do, for your own research. What is a diatom? Diatoms, she's not going to read. Diatoms are major group.
Diatoms are microscopic algae with unique silica shells found worldwide. They produce a significant amount of Earth's oxygen and form the base of aquatic food chains. These organisms come in two main forms: centric, common in oceans, and pennate, found in fresh water, and are essential for marine life and water quality monitoring.
Okay, so diatoms are basically like little critters from the ocean. Little swimming critters that aren't swimming anymore, wink, wink. And they're very hard. Like, like crab shells and stuff, lobster shells and all. Like, we've got some hardness to them. So these diatoms are taken and they're ground up. And that's diatomaceous earth. As diatoms. Now, it's been over a decade, you guys. Somebody was sick to the point of unalivement with something that had happened with the blood and toxins, and I forgot all the fancy words. Anyway, they weren't going to make it because whatever had happened got into their heart. Whatever was going on, like a virus, or I don't remember. So it was in the hospital like a month, still not getting better. And then it's like, he's like, I'm going to unalive. Oh no, I don't want this to happen. And so a friend came and gave him that diatomaceous earth. And he took it. You guys don't take this as the truth. Take everything with a grain of salt that I say and go do your own research. Don't believe anything I say. So he said he took that diatomaceous earth, and I forgot how much he took a day. He told me and I forgot. And I wouldn't tell you anyway because he's a certain weight and size and everything. And you'd have to go look it up yourself. So he took this and he took it and, he was in the hospital a month and not better and closer to unalivement than he was before with this thing in the heart and some infection and in the blood and everything. So he started to take it, and he said within about 30 days, he was perfect, healthy, healthier than he's ever felt in his entire life, even like in his teens and 20s. He said he felt healthier and better. And so Carrie, I do not want to sit here for you to think that I'm bad-mouthing diatomaceous earth at all, because it did absolutely miraculous, wonderful things to a friend of mine that helped him to live and do better and to be better. So in my research, when I was researching sacred clay or the clays compared to the diatoms, I can't remember what it is. That's why I want you to look it up, because this is for you. There was a negative that was put forward that it was like a rare thing, and something like, well, if you have this or blah blah blah, don't use it because this could happen because they're diatoms or whatever. So I don't even remember what it was, but if there was one little negative, and when I was looking up the sacred clay and all, I couldn't find a negative like that. I made that decision 15 years ago, or however long it was, 15, 20 years ago. It might be 20 years. Oh, good grief. Oh, jeez. So when I made that decision to only do the clay over the diatomaceous earth, it wasn't because one was horrible and one was amazing. The sacred clay could be twice or three times more expensive than the diatomaceous earth, so that's a negative that I find there. But I've just chosen to pay the price and just to pay for it, because to me, that what if, but that's me. I don't like risk. I don't like risk, which is probably trauma from childhood, but lower risk. I got that from my parents who went through the Great Depression, that they, everything they did, they wanted it to be as little a risk as possible. In other words, go put all your money in the stock market and stuff, like, high risk and all. They were very low risk, something you would earn, really well, but you're not going to just, be rich overnight, but over, the years or decades that it builds. So I take that aspect. So Carrie, there you go. That's my difference between the two, and why I choose to do the sacred clay from Vitality Herbs and Clay. And if there's any confusion, about what I said, or you're researching or whatever, Vitality Herbs and Clay, they have the information. Dr. King, you can also, I think he still has it available. I looked, and I think he's still got like a 30-minute and 1 hour consultation with him. Be prepared, because you'll get in there and forget everything that you were trying to remember. Write it all down before you go in there. It's like going to a natural doctor, only it's a lot more affordable. And all you do is tell them all your symptoms. It's like it's so weird. I don't have dandruff on my head, but my eyebrows have dandruff. Like weird little things like that. that it's like, well, my left ear has more earwax than my right. I'm just making stuff up now. But all those weird, tiny little weird things. It's like something weird's going on with my nails. My half moon is supposed to be this color, but it's another color. And I've got lines in my nails, or waves in my nails. And everything. I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't think it's significant or not. It's like, oh, my nose just feels like it's always dripping all the time. Sorry, I'm gross. And I was describing myself, right? And like this is happening, and I eat certain foods, and then I have this reaction after these foods, and I don't know why. And I'm constantly clearing my throat. I'm not coughing, anything like that, but it's clearing your throat. I think it's your liver or something. I was trying to remember what it was. Like if you're constantly clearing your throat, he's going to tell you to do the bitters, those bitter greens. And they've got them in a form where it's not bad. Like they've got all these pills and everything, so you're not tasting it all. I mean, you can get it if you want to taste those bitter greens. More power to you. Like good luck with that. But also good for removing garden pests. Oh yeah, I don't like that stuff at all. Oh, let's see. Bentonite and diatomaceous on hand. Yes. I feel they're all crutches to use until you figure out you don't need. But Carrie, that's okay. It's okay. If you're like, oh my gosh, I feel sick, I'm going to do what Kelly said, let go, allow a space for my body to heal. But I also think I should take some vitamin C. So meet yourself wherever you are. If it's like, hey, I'm letting go and allowing and doing pretty good, but oh, holy crap, I took an allergy pill. Let me get this out of my body. Because I wasn't patient or whatever. And then if something like that happens, the guilt, and that's what we're going away from: guilt, shame, fault, blame, and Guilt, shame, fault, blame, criticize, and judgment. We're getting away from all that one. Let's see. Crutches. Absolutely. But I'm not going to just cold turkey it either. I want it as a backup. As a backup, I feel like I've got, okay, now I can do it. It's like if you've got a bottle of pain medicine, let's say, and you're in pain, and you think, gosh, it hurts, but, if it gets too bad, I've always got that pain medicine to take. As opposed to I have no pain medicine, and something that might be a level 3 pain, you perceive it as a level 10 pain because you don't have medicine to make the pain go away. Perception. Crystal says, oh my gosh, Carrie, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. The crystals and the pets. I've put copper, the coil. I've put copper coils in my garden. I've done all kinds of fun stuff in my garden. Okay, back to healing. I hope this is helpful to you guys. My experiences, talking about that, and you talking about your experiences, and the trends, the new trends for 2026 for the push-pull white light systems of deception, changes in spirituality, not the God bubble. Not the God bubble. Some of these appear to be getting closer to the God bubble. Still not there. But I think just in the New Age, people are going to feel better. In general, New Age people who have been just trudging are going to feel a golden age. They're not going to exit the matrix, in the push-pull systems, but they sure are going to feel better since it is the golden age we're in. So ritual, nature, communities are rising. More people want spirituality that's lived, simple rituals, time outside, shared experiences, instead of spirituality that's only content. And when I look at spirituality, if you break it down into what it is, basically, to be spiritual is to breathe. And that's it. What is spirit? It's the breath. And the breath, when I look at it, is white. So that's what being spiritual is just breathing. And then we're arguing about how to do it. Oh, do it in this building. Oh, you got to eat this first. Well, you got to surround yourself with crystals before you breathe. You got to kumbaya and play the guitar by the fire, and then you can breathe. But that's all spirituality is. It's just breathing. And in that breathing, it's so easier. You guys, sorry to keep promoting the God bubble and everything, but if you let go and allow, shit, you're going to find yourself, there's no necessity for breath because you're in a place where it doesn't even exist. You're just in pure consciousness. So we're going from self-optimization and self-criticism, because I see a lot of that in spirituality. Let's criticize all of this stuff. Toward gentle enjoyment. Yeah, and Gen X check. Are you guys resting yet? How old are you? Have you figured out how to rest yet? This is your time, because it's going to be easier to rest now. All the resting that you put on your schedule, Gen X, but we kept ourselves busy because we're programmed to do so. Guess what? It will get easier and easier and easier and easier. And easier. And enjoyment of life will creep in. Again, we talked about it at the beginning, that I wanted it all and I wanted it now, and I was disappointed because the golden age was not completely here and I wasn't in the middle of it. So these little improvements were frustrating me instead of giving me excitement. That's all you're going to give me? That little thing that's good? Have you looked around at all the shit I'm surrounded in, and all I get is that one little good thing? That's the attitude I've been in. Instead of, wait a minute, that good thing's never happened in my lifetime yet, and it just happened. Whoa, the monks. I don't remember that happening. The monks giving hope to people. It didn't go try to convert anybody to Buddhism, and they had one clear message. It was peace. A reminder. To me, this is ushering in the golden age. That was my official ushering in of the golden age. This next 20 years were the monks and their peace walk. That's my view. That's my perspective on it. Oh my goodness. So now, Gen X and others, I don't want to say others can't feel good too, but Gen X, we kind of shit on a lot. So good news, Gen X. Things are going to get easier. Ooh, child. Things are going to get easier. Ooh, child. Things are going to get brighter. And it's not someday, it's now. It's now. So coffee talk. Since we're spilling the coffee this morning, why it feels like things are getting better, but not overnight. We're in a collective shift from mind-only spirituality, which is the matrix. Matrix is the mind. So you see why it didn't work. To body-led spirituality. That's still not a God bubble, but doesn't that feel better over the mind? Body-led spirituality. What is my body saying to me? And in the letting go and allowing techniques that are the God bubble techniques, we're in the God position and letting go on the avatar level. And in the God position, you can feel the relief of the avatar. See how we've already been doing this new spirituality. We've been doing it. So everybody's starting to catch up to us. Isn't that good to know? Haven't you felt like isolated, like you're the only one and no one understands you? Because the God bubble is foreign in the push-pull white light systems of deception. But now, body-led spirituality, which they'll get stuck in, but you won't. Because you'll know that the God bubble is the end all, not going from mind to body. That's a step in the staircase. That's why it can feel slow. It's not a quick flip. Retraining safety, trust, and capacity. So this is what the new spirituality is going to be doing. I keep hearing people saying it's getting better. I agree. But it's not a light switch. It's a nervous system learning it's safe again. Think of that as a perspective of what's about to happen and what's happening now. Is that old programs come in when we start to relax, old programs of keep busy. You're supposed to be upset right now. You're supposed to be worried about this thing. And the programs are going to come in during this process. Do you guys feel better about this now? Knowing that things are changing and we've got a strategy to allow it to change and have our expectations in the right place? Because I don't know about you, but I had fucked up expectations about this golden age. Like it would be a light switch. And it's not. It's tiny victories here and there where I say, no, you're not going to do that anymore. And I'm standing up and ending cycles myself through sheer embarrassment. And looking ridiculous. And I don't give a shit. I'm done. It's going to take something extraordinary. These boundaries being set and enforcing the boundaries. In a system, not that you are fighting the system to change it, because it never will. But you're saying no to the system. You're letting the system go, and you're doing it your own way. This is where we are right now. Isn't that beautiful? Energy protection, choosing yourself without drama. So we're kind of transitioning from this, oh, protect your energy. Oh, we better protect your energy. From whom? From you, duh. Choosing yourself without drama. And that's a nice conversion. Not God bubble, but man, it's feeling better, going in the right direction. So in general, you're going to see society get better because these systems are not going to prevail. We're not going to let them. We're not going to let these systems of injustice prevail. Why? Because we're not going to participate. We're not fighting the systems. We're just not going to show up. What happens if you don't show up? Regulation, the new manifestations. Not an end all, but a better place to land. How about we call this a soft place to land on our way there? Joy, evidence of healing, not reward for being perfect. Is that a better concept for spirituality? Joy is the side effect. Joy is the outcome. And evidence of healing, not a reward. Oh, if you do all this stuff, then you'll be joyful. Well, it's like, but they canceled the concert. It's not going to work. So what are we seeing microscopically happening with people? The slow shift. Tiny day-to-day behavioral tells that point to a bigger collective shift. So are you looking for the tiny things? Or are you looking for, like these monks that were walking 100-something days, that they were walking? Holy crap. And how did they do that walk? 1 day at a time? 1 hour at a time? Literally 1 step at a time took them there. 1 step at a time. And that's what we can do. That's what we can do. People are treating a nervous system like it's the boss metric. No, I'm not doing that because it's not good for my nervous system. It's a boundary. I'll go to the grocery store in the morning instead of the afternoon when everybody gets off work. Since there's nobody there in the morning, so I'm thinking of my nervous system. I'm valuing this body's nervous system. Because while this body's nervous system is out of whack, there's no way that you can let go and allow and get into that godlike position, in the position of God, if your nervous system's out of control. So the goal, end all goal, is not to cure the nervous system or for it to be safe and regulated, but to let it heal itself. And when it heals itself, that's a letting go and allowing process. So we ask ourselves questions like, am I inspired? Instead of asking ourselves like, am I inspired? Can my body hold this? Like if we're feeling like we're a human, let's look at it from a human perspective for a minute. So what you'll see is people are making fewer plans, earlier evenings, they're going home earlier, choosing calmer environments. In other words, the mall scene is done and over. Gen X. It's okay, you can cry. No more mall scenes. Less chaos as personality. Neuro wellness. Can we throw that term out? Framing nervous system regulation as the next frontier of wellness. And again, we'll get so far and then we'll hit a barrier again and then it will evolve. Those of you already doing the God bubble manifestation system of letting go, allowing, and healing, this doesn't affect you so much except for you're going to see possibly a better behaved society in general. When people are happy, they're not behaving as angry, there's not as many arguments, and fighting for scarcity and lack and so forth. So I think you're going to see little by little society get better. Energy protection. is basically boundary language in disguise. It is, but it isn't. It's kind of like protection, and then I'm not talking about protection and go into denial. So protection mode means that there's some kind of a threat or a fear, and we're protecting ourselves from it. So we're still unhealed. That's just a sign we're still unhealed. And some practical things that people are doing, going analog. They're getting comfortable with not replying right away, like texts and so forth. Not over-explaining. I think I'm still caught in that loop right there, over-explaining. I'm getting used to not having to explain now and not explaining as much and just sitting there in it without saying it. I'm doing better. I find when I get like panicky or something, I over-explain, but I'm not doing it as much just on a normal basis. Yay, go me. Go Kelly. Go Kelly. How you guys doing? Not processing everything out loud. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, I talk to myself so much. It's protecting my energy, but the behavior is boundary hygiene. Oh, my life would be better if I didn't just run these scenarios over and over and over and over. Okay, I see the places where I can heal. Nice. Oh, how you guys doing? Let me check on you. Hey, Jennifer, got all hearts and this good stuff. Hi, me too, Jennifer. I love Good News Day. Oh, love it. Oops. Oh, thank you. The era of manifestation policing is cracking. You guys, good news. Less obsession with the high vibe only. More stop using positivity to outrun reality. Ooh. The backlash shows up as people naming spiritual bypassing toxic positivity more openly. So remember when that was all the thing, be positive and shit, and I'm like, fuck positivity. Fuck, don't raise your vibration. To what? Did anybody give you a number? It's not going to stay. It's not going to stay, is it? So isn't this good to know that everything that the God bubble saw with the current system that wasn't working, they're getting rid of it. Replacing it again with something that keeps you stuck in the matrix. But at least if you're stuck in the matrix, you'll feel better while you're here. It's a feel-good stuck in the matrix thing. Oh, what a wonderful day to be stuck in the matrix. So ritual is shifting from pretty to effective. So if you are going to do a ritual every day, it's like, well, for lack of knowing what to do, let me put a ritual in place. Not one that's going to be there forever, but a reminder to do a simple thing or set a boundary or whatever it is that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to do a check-in. Instead of aesthetic wellness, I don't know where they're going with that. Let's see. People want somatic release and rhythm-based living. Circadian, seasonal, cyclical, again in the matrix, but it's more natural. Even traditional practices like ear seating, cupping, breath work, and group, something are showing up as experience-based wellness. So again, the God bubble perspective of breath work is pushing and pulling and will keep you stuck in the matrix, even if it feels better. And group. I don't know what that is. Ear seating. I don't know what ear seating is, you guys. And cupping. But definitely the breath work will get you stuck in the matrix, and it's pushing and pulling and manipulating anyway. Slow deep breathing is allowing your body to go back to its natural state. Breath work is pushing and pulling to get a certain outcome. You never heal. And then at the end of the day, once you stop doing breath work, then you return to feeling like crap again. Micro community, where we're going smaller instead of feeling like we've got to be grouped up in like a mega church that seats. How many people does churches seat, you guys? 10,000, 20,000 people? And you have to show up at church. People are moving away from the massive audience vulnerability and towards smaller circles. When I see someone go into a big group setting, there's so much compromising of morals and values. To me, it's not worth it. Now, I don't mind going and, seeing what's going on in it every now and then, but this is not a practice that I make. Smaller circles, private group chats. This is where we're really learning. The other stuff is just pushing an agenda. Oh, let's do the praise and worship music, and then it gets you set to start giving your energy away to entities that you had no idea. It puts you, the praise and worship music puts you in a vulnerable position for, if we want to name them as negative, type entities, demons, and so forth, can occupy the body easily while in those trance-like states through the music. Or one trusted friend. How awesome is that? Oh, my trusted friend. That's partly burnout, partly safety. It matches the broader move away from hyper optimization and performance. You guys, I told you it was going to be good news day. I told you so. I told you so. So the integration lag, is that what we call the integration lag? And again, instead of integrating, I always propose letting go and allowing for the God bubble system to put everything back in its place like it was in the first place. Here's a clean line. Let's see. Things feel better slowly because the body doesn't accept change until it feels safe. Things feel better slowly because the body doesn't accept change until it feels safe. You guys, any questions? Anything? I didn't expect to be on here almost 3 hours. Oh, good grief. I was going to come in here for a little while. And then I started telling you about the system. I found myself in the middle of it and what I did about it. And that was like a perfect segue into what we were talking about in healing today, is letting go of these old systems. I did mine quite dramatically and I ran my mouth. But I said goodbye to these systems. And I guess you guys are just going to, if you choose to listen, I'm just going to sound like I have allergies all the time. So, and that's just the way it's going to be. So let me give you guys about 2 minutes or so. Do you have any questions, even if it's off topic or anything like that? I hope this was helpful to you. I hope this gave you hope, which is a future feeling, and helped you to set boundaries for yourself and to look at what are your expectations. Because expectations bring about disappointment. And that's where I found myself. Wanting to enter the golden age, like it just arrived and then just, hit my entire body with like gold paint. And I was colored gold and I can't go back. It's like, I can't go back now. I'm solid gold. Yeah. No, that's not. It's like a little bitty getting better here, getting better there. Clarity. Again, nervous system regulation, not as an end goal, but to keep our body from triggering, where we can get in a position to let go, allow, and heal. Yeah. And in my research, I found boundaries so important in all of this. And I've been promoting puppy. And I've been promoting boundaries this whole time. So I think we're in a good place. After reading New Spirituality and where it's going, it still, again, brings you into a better place in the matrix, but you're still in the matrix. So you decide for yourself what you want to do. You decide, none of my business. But quieter is more popular now. It was just loud. Look at me. Look how high up I am spiritually. And so forth. And now it's like, well, if you don't see me, I'm spiritual. If I'm like huddling with my little group and I don't go out in public, I'm healing. Not that I'm sitting out in the middle of the yard lined up with crystals and then I've got this copper pyramid over me. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's performative. And that's hierarchy based type of a system. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, spilling the coffee with me. Yeah, I don't know where spill the tea came from, but we can spill the coffee in here all day long. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really hope that this will be beneficial to you. And I guess I'll see you on the next video.
Realm of dreams where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night. Exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies.